say if a matter is listed at 10:30 a.m. or if it is listed high on the board, say at serial number 4 or 5, you don't know basically what matter will be adjourned, what will be kept back, and what matter will come at what time. So the only way to ensure all of this is that to be there in time. And so if a court, say a case is listed at serial number 3 in the morning, so you have to reach there at 10:30. So I used to take a local from Ghatkopar at that time in Mumbai. So you can understand, if you want to go from Ghatkopar, you have to get down at Dadar, then change your line, and then again goes to CST, and then walk to the High Court. So one has to start very early in the morning. And sometimes what happens is, see, you are not as a proactive journalist, if even if you have been given a beat, say you will be in charge of tracking all the activities in the courts that are located in the city of Mumbai, but one should not limit oneself to only that particular territory. So what I used to do is, I also, even today I do that, so I also follow a lot of cases at the Supreme Court and the Delhi High Court, because these are the courts that where a lot of commercial matters take up, like especially arbitration matters. If you want to track, there is no other court than the Delhi High Court that one should track on a daily basis. So Delhi High Court, Karnataka High Court, Telangana High Court, Supreme Court, and the Bombay High Court. These 5 courts stay on my radar quite a lot. So sometimes if you get up early in the morning, you have to also check the daily orders that these courts have given, because most of the time, see, for example, IT companies, they are based out of Bangalore and Hyderabad. A lot of them have head offices in Bangalore and Hyderabad. So if it's a large listed company that is involved in some kind of litigation, it may be that you will have to also track those cases. And if you have to report on that, you have to check the daily orders, or if there is any case that you are missing out on. So early in the morning when I wake up, in fact every day, even today, I check all the daily orders on these courts. And sometimes you have to also check regulators like, say, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, SEBI, because I also report on regulatory development. So if there is any change in the listing regulations, material change in the listing regulations, I will also have to do an explainer on that. So in fact, I at least 3 to 4 times in the day, I check the MCA website, IBBI website, SEBI website, NFRA website, because a lot of action is also taking place on the auditors front. So you have to basically check the entire spectrum of things. Sometimes I also check CIC website, Central Information Commission, so CIC, and even ITAT. So a lot of litigation, anything that pertains to corporate India, you never know. The more websites you visit, like the same thing, like the more you talk, the more information you get. Similarly, the more websites you visit, the more things that you will get. So last time there were a lot of changes with respect to the consumer law in August and September last year. So for that front, I was visiting the Ministry of Consumer Affairs a lot, the website. So that's how it is. So at the start of the day, you have to check the daily orders and check what's the cause list. Sometimes cause lists are not even updated in some of the forums. Sometimes this is not like a daily thing, but sometimes the cause list may not be even updated. And based on what the cause list is, you have to decide. Because see, if you are the alone reporter for a particular city, there have been instances where a matter came up at the same time in NCLT as well as the Bombay High Court, or sometimes even at 3 different forums. So at that time, you don't have any other option but to skip one of them. So you have to take your own judgment on the basis of what particular stage of case is in. Like if there are just arguments going on, then maybe say you can skip a case and go to the other one, which is more relevant. So it all depends. And sometimes you can like ask people over there if I missed out on anything. So that's how your day begins. And so apart from court reporting, I also do a lot of feature stories. Feature stories is anything other than news stories. Like say if there is an amendment if there is any new GST circular, or if the Competition Commission of India has passed any order, or say so the last story that I worked on was relating to GST audits. the GST department is issuing a lot of notices under Section 65 of the CGST Act for initiating departmental audit. So how do you come to know about all these things? You have to speak with tax professionals. So that's how it works. You have to assimilate information. You have to pick out the most relevant aspect out of that, and you have to take a judgment call. You have to discuss it with your editor and try to tell them that this is relevant from XYZ perspective, and then frame it into a story in a simple manner that people understand. So that's how it works.